What's up, guys? It's Maple Mike. Sorry I haven't been posting much content lately. Actually, all summer I haven't, and spring, really. But I've been extremely busy being a beekeeper. I've been building beehives and messing around with the bees. So today we're heading up to the bee yard right now, and hang in there, and I'll tell you why. Before the bees destroy the mic and just ball up on it, that's what they'll do, and all you hear is buzzing. But we are at our hive that needs a queen. That's why we came here. So I was doing the hive next to it, going through everything and checking everything, and all of a sudden I seen a ball of bees. I'm like, oh shit. And what it ended up being was a queen inside that ball of bees, and they killed it. So it came out of this hive. How do I know? Because this weekend, that was 2 weeks ago, I seen the ball of bees. So I checked this hive over the weekend, and there was 14 emergency queen cells. So that being said, is we're in August, middle of August. So I got to add a queen because it takes too long to produce a queen, to hatch it, to go out for mating flight for a week or 14 days, then come back, wait a week, then it started laying. It would be in like middle of September, and we can't do that because this hive will fail over the winter, or I'll have to split it through all the other hives and divvy it up between hives and add them to other hives. But so what we're going to do is we're going to get into this hive. So it's going to get kind of hectic. I'm going to have to shake every bee off. A honeybee on the lens. Sorry about that. So what happens, what I'm going to do today is I already went through and found all the queen cells. But I'm going to triple check, because if we add a queen and there's already a queen in here, that queen will not take, and they'll kill her. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to shake them off and check every frame and make sure there's no queen cell there. So let's get to it, and hopefully you guys can see. I'm going to smoke the front real quick. And these guys are going to be a little aggressive. I'm just going to warn you, because they're queenless. Ain't that bad. So I got a honey super on this, but they don't like it for some reason, so I got to swap out some frames. Alright. So this hive swarmed on me. That's why we're having issues. Yeah, it's the good. So I'm going to even... Yeah, it's just a roaring in there. There's no... It's not built up yet in that, so... I know there's no queen cells in there, because there's nothing. So if you guys can see... So you see the green one, that's a drone frame that we never really filled out. So we're checking for anything. They're just adding honey in that, so that's not a big deal. Like I said, it's going to get kind of vicious here, and all you're going to probably hear is bees, but that's going to be honey. It's just nectar right now. So we're going to do this kind of fast. Looks like that's pollen and nectar. Pollen and nectar. Yeah, could be a queen cup, but it wasn't charged. No, I'm looking also for eggs. I don't see it, and make sure there's not another queen already. It's starting to get vicious. This is my third time doing it. I was there yesterday, so they're going to be kind of grumpy at me. It's understandable. See, now there's a queen cup right there and it's charged, so I ended up killing that one. Pollen and nectar. So they're gonna they have stuff for babies. It's gonna be nectar. I'm going kind of fast. I got to do another queen today. That wasn't charged, but we're gonna make sure. Same with that one. That one kind of looks like it was a queen cell. That might have been an old queen cell from the previous queen. Look at that. It should. It's gonna be all honey. No queen cells. That's good. I know I'm going fast here and they're going to get grumpy, but I got stuff to do today. And I hope you guys can hear me because they're around the mic here. Smoke them generously. Okay. So this is where I'd be worried about right here, more than the top. So we're going to give them a good amount of smoke. What I'm going to do is there's some pollen and honey in the centers and stuff, so I'm going to honey and pollen. That's what you want to see at the outsides of your hive. A bunch of pollen. A lot of pollen coming in, I guess. Wow, it's all pollen. That's a good brood from good amount of brood. Give them more smoke here. I just got stung in the arm. And you're like, oh, it's your fault because you're Russian. Yeah, I am. Some more brood. I don't see any eggs, so that's good. Like I said, it's gonna get vicious with these guys, so there is no queen. But I got a queen, I got a queen. So these are all, they're trying to make, see right in there, there's a cell they wanted to make a queen bee out of. Another one right here and here, so you can see they're trying to make a queen out of this. I just literally took these out, so there must be eggs in here from that other one. And we gotta kill them. Yep, see there's an egg in there? Kill it. They're trying. But I got them. I got them a nice little queen. When I set it in there, I'll tell you what kind it is. That's another big thing around here. Some pollen and some honey up top. Most of the pollen. Pollen and honey. All right. Okay, I'm 100% sure there's no queen in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this. I got a queen right here. Hopefully you guys can see her. She's that white marked one right there. And it's a buckfast queen. So I'm gonna lay this there and see what they think. They should flock to her. See, I don't know if you guys can see. Take a closer look here. See how their butts are up in the air? And they're actually moving their wings to get the hormones of that queen into the hive. So that's a really good sign. Normally if they didn't like her, they would try to sting her through that cage. So that's a very, very, very good sign they're going to take to her. And there's just more and more piling, checking her out. So I should be able just to brush them and move them, which it's very easy. If they hated her, they would just hang on for dear life. So that's a good sign. We got a good sign here. There's a candy in here that separates them. So what I'm gonna do is take some of it out so it doesn't. They really like her. So little hole right there. That's where the candy's in. And they got to eat her way. The queen and the workers in there have to eat their way together. Then that introduced them. If you can see they're not attacking, they're not stinging. You can actually see they're trying to feed her and get her out. So what we're doing is when you introduce a queen, you want it so they can get to her, and you also want this hole facing upwards so if there's a dead worker in here, it doesn't plug into her, and she'll be able to still get out. So I got to open this up a little bit. They're really liking her. I'm happy about this. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do it sideways. I don't really like doing it like that. Wow, they are just so attracted to her. She's gonna do good in here. I wish I had more room. I gotta fucking put her sideways. I don't like doing it like that. So they can still get in there and check her out. They're gonna really want to get her out of that and start laying. So what we do is we put everything back together, and I'll come back in 2 days to make sure she's out, and I'll tell you about the traits, why I picked buckfast. So give me a minute. I'm gonna put this hive together, and I'll tell you why. if I can get them all in. There's a bee in my mic still, but she's just checking it out. Yeah, so we went with a buckfast for the traits for this area. So my kids want to get into beekeeping with me. It's just a natural thing. Once your dad does it, they want to do it. So buckfast. Buckfast traits are gentle, less likely to swarm, good honey producers, and this is the most important one, is they're very good with cold, long, wet, and very cold weather. So that's exactly what I want, right, for this area. They're not as good as production as some others, like the Italian, obviously, are up there, and the Russians and stuff like that, but they're more aggressive. And I don't want that. I have a walking trail that comes from all the way up in Vermont, and it travels all the way through my property, western New York, and goes south and hooks up to the Appalachian Trail. So I also have people, I don't want people walking by when there's a DARF or DERF or whatever you want to call it, where there's a lack of food, and they'll get aggressive. If I'm messing around with bees here, I don't want people getting attacked up there when they're walking by. So that's one of the best traits about buckfast, is they're very gentle. That hive that we just did, I caught that as a swarm. That was actually my very first swarm I caught. And I was doing great with it. Then I had some heart issues and stuff, so I was in a hospital and stuff, so I couldn't deal with them. And well, I guess for them, they were close to being ready to swarm at the time, and I didn't know it. So, and they swarmed. So them swarming. Oh, sorry, I'm sweating like hell in here. So them swarming, they went out. Then I came like a week later. It must have been a week earlier. Came back to queen cells, swarm cells. So I killed, I think it was 5 of them. I killed all but 2 of the best looking ones because I wanted to produce a new queen to take over the hive. So I had at that time we had time. That was in early July. So I just let them do their thing, and we came back last week. I was checking that there's another buckfast hive on the other side of that. I'll turn it around at the end of the video, and I'll show you guys the green hive. They balled, somehow that queen left when I was getting through the hive, and they balled her and killed her like right on um, the the stand of the hive stand. So yeah, then I came. Then I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Maybe there was that second one. Just got kicked out of the hive because there was 2 in there, but didn't think anything of it. Then I came back Sunday, which was, let's say, Wednesday, or today's Tuesday. Yeah, so 2 days ago. I went to check the hives I normally do on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So there was a ton of emergency queen cells. So I'm like, shoot, the time, it's mid-August, so the time I have them hatch out a queen, that queen going out, that queen coming back, that, there's like a duration where she keeps going in and out of the hive to get mated. Then you got to wait another week for her to take that sperm and start producing fertilized eggs. So I didn't have that time. I didn't want to have that time because the time that would be in like early September, and I can't have that. And there's going to be a big honey flow of goldenrod pretty soon. So I wanted a queen in here start laying as fast as they can, because the goldenrod will last about a month, until the month and a half, till the frost kills it. So we are, what is it, August 12th? August 12th or August 10th right now. So you're saying, oh, it's the beginning, but I still think it's the middle because it's going to be going by so quick. Um, yeah. So thanks for uh, thanks for watching, sticking all the way to the end with me. I'll show you the other buckfast hive right now. So that green one right there, that's a buckfast hive. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes on it, two deep full of brood, and the other two are working on honey. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of suit. I'm dying of dehydration as we speak. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We're gonna do a little bit more bee stuff if I can, if I'm not getting too busy. I'm just starting to crawl my way out of all the work, but the wife keeps adding more work to my schedule. So yeah, so stay tuned. Click like if you like, and subscribe if you can. We'll catch you in the next one, guys.